It is famously hard to see black holes. I mean, they're called black for a reason. Despite the fact that light can travel at the fastest possible speed through the universe, even it can't escape a black hole's gravitational clutches if it gets too close. And yet, not all black holes are shrouded in darkness. Some of them even manage to outshine an entire galaxy. In fact, there's one black hole that's the size of an entire solar system, and it powers the brightest object in the known universe. That brightest object is what astronomers call a quasar, and quasars are a type of active galactic nucleus. Basically, it's the core of a galaxy that's home to not just any supermassive black hole, but one that is actively devouring a bunch of gas, dust, and so on, even if it has to tear a whole star asunder. And the way astronomers can tell whether or not a black hole is active is by looking at how bright it is. Or rather, how bright all the stuff swirling around the black hole has gotten. Because as matter falls closer and closer to the black hole, it heats up. And when things get hot, they glow. Some of that light gets beamed directly into our telescopes, and some of it gets absorbed by even more matter that's a bit further away from the black hole, which makes it heat up and start glowing too. So altogether, an active galactic nucleus will shine basically all across the electromagnetic spectrum. One rule of thumb is if you've got a galactic core that's 100 times brighter than the rest of the galaxy combined, you're dealing with an active galaxy and its active galactic nucleus. And astronomers love these things, in large part due to their brightness. Or technically their luminosity, because despite sounding like synonyms, those are different things. Luminosity is the amount of energy an object puts out, and brightness is, well, unsurprisingly, how bright the object appears to an observer given how far away it is. Because space is just so darn big, you could have an active galaxy that's way more luminous than a run-of-the-mill galaxy, but it's not brighter in your image because it's a lot further away from you. That being said, astronomers do have a way to report brightness that tries to compensate for different distances. Redshift is a property that reveals how far away other galaxies are, and it's easier to say bright than luminous, so we're gonna stick with that. Anyway, the fact that active galactic nuclei like quasars are so much brighter than non-active galaxies means they are easier to see. And that's especially handy when you're looking farther and farther away where signals grow dimmer and dimmer. This record setter was first spotted by a telescope survey mission in the 80s, but astronomers didn't know it was a quasar until 2023. In all likelihood, that was due to an algorithm that astronomers were using to sort through the huge amounts of data that the telescope was collecting night after night. In other words, the survey didn't have a specific target, and astronomers rely on software, so the computer probably went something like, well, this can't possibly be a quasar, it's too bright. It must be a foreground star, so don't bother. But thanks to a second look with a different telescope, one team of astronomers managed to uncover its true identity. It wasn't some random photobombing star in the Milky Way, it was a quasar located at a redshift of 3.962. That actually puts it a lot closer to us than other unusually large quasars. Astronomers may eventually uncover another object that's even brighter. Perhaps it's another misidentified quasar just chilling out in some survey data.